Browns back on the practice field. They host the Pittsburgh Steelers on Halloween, Mary Kay. And of course, the big thing we're all doing, as we were a week ago and as we've been doing all season, is monitoring Baker Mayfield and that shoulder. He is getting first team reps. He said it is absolutely possible that he can play against the Steelers. And right now, at least on Wednesday, it appears to be trending that way.
Yeah, I think all signs are pointing to Baker Mayfield starting this game, unless, of course, he has some kind of a setback over these next few days. But if you're out there taking the first team reps on Wednesday, you're preparing to start the game.
And not just taking the first team reps, but Kevin Stefanski said today it's going to be like a normal week. You know, he took all of them last Tuesday. Part of that was because it was a brief practice on the short week. But he didn't make it sound like Case Keenum was going to be getting extra work with the first team.
No, not at all. And I think that that's also an indication that it's probably Baker all the way on Sunday. And, you know, a lot of this has to do with whether or not the player feels ready to play, and certainly Baker wants to start this football game. He doesn't want Case Keenum starting any more games. He wants to be out there. He wants to lead this team to the playoffs, and I thought he looked actually pretty good in practice today.
So I guess the question is, should he be pushing to get back? I know Baker's always going to push to get back. He's always going to be the guy that wants to be out there. You know, he said it wasn't hard on the sideline on Thursday night because they won, but still, he wants to be out there playing. But is it the right thing to do?
Well, you know, I'm going to stick with what I wrote earlier this week. I basically said I thought he should sit versus the Steelers because they recently just found out, of course, that he has a fractured bone in the shoulder. The longer you give that bone to heal, the less chance you have of re-injuring it and making that fracture bigger. So I think just on the side of safety, I would have erred on the side of caution. I would start Case Keenum in this game, give Baker just another week to let it heal up a little bit and see how it goes.
But then again, also watching him throw today, I mean, do you think he can be the Baker Mayfield that we saw maybe in between week 2 and when he took that hit against Arizona, or are the Browns still going to be dealing with a guy that just isn't the same quarterback?
Well, you know, I think part of it, Dan, is the fact that that he has to wear the harness, and he has to wear it tight enough so that he can protect that shoulder from popping out. And I don't know whether it was the pain or the harness, but he really wasn't himself, especially on the long ball, even before the fracture. So who's to say if he can be himself or not? And what we do know is that the Pittsburgh Steelers will show no mercy on him with the shoulder injury.
Now, one bit of good news, the Browns' offensive line should be whole. Jedrick Wills at practice today. Jack Conklin also at practice today. So at least Mary Kay Baker will be protected by the 5 guys who are here to protect him.
Yes, that is huge. To have those 2 tackles out there when you have to be going up against T.J. Watt, Cam Hayward, and the gang, that's very meaningful. And also Nick Chubb might be back this game, so that will help.
And hey, even J.C. Tretter practiced today. So there you go. Everything going in the right direction with that offensive line, and also, like you mentioned, with Nick Chubb. We'll cover it all at cleveland.com/Browns.